Do men even have feelings? In this segment of A Scared to Remarry. What's up, Brave Arts community? This is Sean Heineman here with another segment of A Scared to Remarry, wanting you to love fearlessly. Do men have feelings? Yes, we do. Yes, yes, ladies, we do. I think the biggest roadblock to men when it comes to feelings. Well, first of all, let me just speak to the ladies first, okay? And then I'm going to talk to the men so we can bring this all together. Now, men, we have feelings, but ladies, the problem is with men, if you downplay, if he come to you, right, and you downplay his feelings, you're going to lose him. He's going to shut down. He will never talk to you again. That's the thing. And then some women, unfortunately, are so used to men just being stoic and heartless that she just don't know what to do with his feelings. She's like, I've never seen somebody be vulnerable with me like this before, so it might throw her off. It might throw her through a loop. So, she's just kind of like, what do you want me to say? It's not so much of that she don't care. It's just that this is new to her too, because as men, we like to be macho. We like to think that we got it all together. So running into a man that actually displays that vulnerability can throw a woman off sometimes. So I do understand. It's not that she don't care. It's just that this is new to her. Are you tired of dating the same person, just different faces? Are you tired of people wasting your time in this whole dating process? Do you desire to marry one day? I created this 5-part video series entitled Dating Intentionally 5 Ways to Know They Are the One for You. You can get it now in the comment section below. You will see it is the number 5 ways to know podia.com. I created this 5-part video series with you in mind. Now let's get back into today's podcast episode. And then sometimes just know too that sometimes ladies, you have a way of thinking that if he's open with you about something, you're thinking in your head, well, a man should be like this, right? It's your idea of what a man is. And I think that's where we go wrong, because where do you get your example of what a man should be like? I was talking to my wife about this the other day, and I think even this is just from a cultural perspective. A lot of times we expect a man or woman to be something that we saw on TV, on social media. We want him to be Uncle Phil, right, on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And it's like, well, Uncle Phil is just a TV character. You know what I'm saying? Just because you fell in love with Uncle Phil doesn't mean that that's how uh, the man that you're looking for is going to be, right? This is just programming. And even with men, right? You get these guys on here, they get to liking these IG models and stuff like that. And now they discontent with their woman at home because they've been ODing on IG models, right? So I think we have to start understanding the difference between perception and reality and stop putting these expectations on our significant other or our spouse because of what we've seen growing up. Now, it's one thing if you actually had that in your life, but if you didn't have that in your life, you're always going to have this figment of your imagination of what you think a man or a woman should be. I know I went off on a tangent, but anyway, that's for free. Now, with men, we do have feelings, but very few of us have mastered how to express ourselves in a healthy manner. That's where we get hung up at as men because nobody has taught us. With my son, he's 7, and sometimes he get emotional, he get in his little feelings or whatever, and I'll say, "What's going on?" I'll say, "Talk to me." Look me in the eye, tell me what's wrong. And if he can't process that with me right then and there, I'm like, you know what? Go to your room, think about it, come back and talk to me later. He'll go in his room, close the door, He'll come out 10 minutes later or whatever, and then he'll tell me, right? So I'm just trying to help him to understand that, you know what, hey, you need to cry, you need to get that off. But understand that I still need to understand what's bothering you. And it's okay to express what is actually bothering you. And as men, I don't think we get that opportunity growing up. It's just like, shut up and stop crying, you know. So when we are older, we repeat the cycle with our kids, and we keep raising up these generations of young men who don't know how to process what they're actually going through. And I'm going to talk about this too, about how as men, uh, when we haven't been properly trained in our feelings, we create self-destructive habits. That's what hurts us the most as men, because we don't, women internalize their pain. Men, we put our pain on other people. We inflict pain, right? We, whether if we hurting our family, whether if we're hurting our kids by not being there as a father, whether if we're drinking too much, um, maybe we're being too promiscuous, disrespecting women, all these kind of different things. So a lot of times we don't internalize our pain. We take our pain and we inflict it on others, which is very unhealthy. Very few men can master their pain in a healthy way. Um, you'll be surprised how many men carry years of hurt and frustration, because they never had a healthy outlet to say how they really felt without being judged. That's the thing with men. We don't want to be judged. Sometimes we just want to be heard, but we need that safe space. Sometimes he's afraid of how you would think of him and his vulnerability. And I'm speaking to the ladies, so men and vulnerability, like they, it's tough for a man. It might sound simple, but at the same time, we just need that safe landing place. If we can find that safe landing place, consider that a privilege, ladies, that he's willing to trust you, um, with his heart, with his weakness, with his vulnerabilities, because we rarely get the opportunity to be human without being looked at in a weird way, right? Without us being open and actually being able to say what we feel, and that be okay without any judgment or without any backhanded compliments or using that against us later. So men, we do have feelings. I will say, uh, one thing that has helped me a lot with my feelings has been therapy. Um, my wife has been a great help as well. And I think that comes with trusting each other over time, that I can trust you with my feelings. And, she comes up with, how can we get over this? Opposed to like, well, I don't know what you're going to do. He's coming to you because he need help. So I think if you can look at it as a we thing, and not so much of just a you need to figure this out, brother, kind of thing, I think that's when he would start to trust more. Because now all of a sudden, as his woman, you're looking at it like, let me get into this fight with him. And sometimes men just need that. So I know, being vulnerable sometimes it can be stressful, but it's worth it with the right person. I know this has been a sensitive subject. My brothers, hopefully this can help you out. Let me know what are some of your biggest hindrances from expressing your feelings, because sometimes your woman just want to know what's going on with you, but you're so afraid to let her know what's going on with you. She feel like she's locked out. She feel like you just don't even care. So talk to me in the comment section below. Let me hear from you, man. Ladies, let me hear from you as well. If you have a man that you might be struggling with his vulnerability. I mean, y'all been together for years, and there's still so much stuff that you just don't know about him. This is Sean Heineman at A Scared to Remarry, wanting you to love fearlessly. Take care, people.